meant to beautify. Oh, are you filming? To make them look. You can't mess with that when you're making the pot. So you have to wait till when they're hard, turn the thing upside down, trim it or tool it to look how you want it to look. It's also an opportunity to get rid of low thickness if you have that. And when you're new to clay, it's probably likely that you're going to have a thicker bottom, that you didn't incorporate all that clay into the pot. And that's just fine. And that's what trimming is for. It's going to enable you to get rid of some of that thickness, get rid of some of that weight, and also to shape it and make it look the way you want it to look. So the first thing that you have to do is recenter the pot. Okay, that whole pesky thing of centering. There's a trick. I don't know if it's a trick as much, it's just a technique, but there's different ways to get these pots back on center. And I'm only going to teach one way because it's the most efficient way to do it. And it takes a little bit of learning and a little bit of practice. It's kind of really very much like riding a bike, where you're awkward with it, you don't quite get it at first, but then the moment you get it and you feel what that balance is, then you've got it. It's the same thing. Once you feel it, you get it, then you've got it. You've got it forever, and it's such an efficient technique. You'll save you tons of time in the long run. So you can see that this pot isn't quite on center, right? If you say I put my finger here, you can see that the space between the pot and my finger changes. It's not a constant space. So I need to get this thing on center, and the technique is called tapping on center. And that involves sort of hitting the pot. You're not going to hurt it because it's leather hard. It's tapping towards the center at the bottom of the pot. You don't really want to tap at the top. Choose the bottom to keep it on the wheel. And it's not something that you can time. It's not something that you can see because the wheel is spinning too fast for that, to comprehend that, to time that. So it's just a matter of tossing it around, hitting it around, and figuring out when and where to hit it. And so, I'm used to doing this, and so I quickly get it on center. Okay. You can practice with pots, but I think better than doing that is practicing with something like this, a container with a little powder in it to give it some weight and make it seem like a pot. You can really tap anything symmetrical on center, even like a soda can. But it's just practicing getting that thing on center. So when you start, you have these concentric circles on your wheel head. Use those, get the eyeball it and get it close to center before you tap on center. And then you won't have to hit it so much. You can see that my taps are light and frequent, but they can be too frequent. If you're doing this, you never give yourself a chance to assess whether it's coming towards center or not. So it's frequent, but with space in between for you to look to see if you're getting on center. At first you're going to totally hit it in the wrong space and you're going to take it further away. That's okay. It really just takes practice. So the closer you get to center, the more frequent the taps and the lighter the taps. I really will insist that you guys learn this because it will just save you so much time. Because you're going to trim all your pots, right? I'm not even going to mention these other techniques. So if it takes you 3 seconds to center your pot like that, you go and you trim and you're messing with it, you're more likely to take it off the wheel and examine it. One of the things that folks that are new to clay too frequently is trim through the bottoms of their pots. And it's because they don't know the tapping on center technique. It takes them a long time to get on center, so you're less likely to take it off and inspect it, right? Because you're like, oh, it took me forever to get on center. I'm not moving it. So if you tap on center, you can take it off, inspect it, see if you're getting too thin in an area, or if it's still thick and you can trim some more. But it's not anything that you can see. It's more of a rhythmic situation. And just by messing with it and tapping it, you'll figure out where it is and when.